Welcome to the Wild Planet HD channel. Our episode today is about a force that's so powerful it literally shapes our entire planet, yet it's almost completely silent. We're talking about the kingdom of plants. They're this quiet, green majority, the real foundation our world is built on. And today, we're going to uncover their incredible story. All right, so to really get into this, let's kick things off with a big fundamental question. I want you to forget, just for a second, about all our technology, about fossil fuels, even about human ingenuity. What do you think is the original engine, the real elemental power source that drives pretty much all life on Earth? Well, the answer is literally all around us. We see it every day, but we so often overlook it. And get this, it makes up a staggering 80% of all of life's mass on our planet. Yep, it's that silent green kingdom, plants. And they are so much more than just a pretty backdrop for our world. No, they're the primary producers. They're the absolute foundation of the food web for nearly every single ecosystem on land. Okay, so to really get a handle on their power, we've got to look at how they're built, their unique design. It's like looking at the biological blueprint that makes everything else possible. And it all kicks off with a process that honestly feels like straight-up magic. And that process, it's photosynthesis. In a nutshell, it's basically the art of eating sunlight. It's incredible. Plants take the light energy from the sun, they mix it with carbon dioxide from the air and water from the soil, and bam! They turn it into chemical energy. Sugars, basically. That's the fuel for their growth. Oh, and as a little bonus, a byproduct, they release the very oxygen that you and I are breathing right now. And the way this all works is it's so elegant. I want you to picture a single leaf. Think of it as this tiny, perfect, solar-powered factory. It's constantly pulling in its raw materials, sunlight, water, CO2. Then, deep inside, this amazing chemical reaction turns all that stuff into sugar, which is like the energy currency for all of life. And then, and this is the part that's a game changer for us, it releases its so-called waste product, oxygen. That one act completely transformed our planet's atmosphere and, made complex life like us even possible. So where does all this incredible chemistry happen? Well, it's inside a cellular structure that's really unlike any other. For starters, plant cells are wrapped in this strong but still flexible cell wall made of something called cellulose. It gives them all the support they need without, needing a skeleton. Then, on the inside, you've got the chloroplasts. Those are the tiny green engines we were just talking about. And they also have this big central vacuole. The best way to think of it is like an internal water balloon that keeps up the pressure and helps the plant stay firm and stand up straight. So it's this really unique toolkit at this cellular level that allowed plants to pull off something absolutely revolutionary. I mean, they made this epic journey out of the water and onto the bare, barren rock of the early Earth. And that one move, well, it would change the world forever. I mean, think about it. For billions of years, life was pretty much stuck in the oceans. But plants were the great pioneers of the land. It started small over 1 billion years ago with just some simple algal scum. But then, fast forward to about 450 million years ago, and boom, the first true land plants show up. And that just kicked off this incredible explosion of diversity. You start getting the first forests with real roots and leaves. And then maybe 200 million years ago, we see the rise of flowering plants, the ones that pretty much dominate our world today.
And this whole evolutionary journey has led to just a breathtaking variety of shapes, sizes, and new tricks or adaptations all across the globe. Seriously, the plant kingdom is a place of just true wonder and absolutely astonishing diversity. The sheer scale of it all it's almost impossible to wrap your head around. Right now, scientists have identified and named somewhere around 380,000 different species of plants. And the amazing thing is, they're still discovering new ones all the time. This isn't just a kingdom, folks. It's a vast, sprawling empire of life. And this just perfectly shows you the incredible range we're talking about inside that empire. On one end of the scale, you've got microscopic green algae, stuff like picozoa. They're so tiny you could fit millions of them on the head of a pin.
And then, on the complete other end, you have the titans, the coast redwoods. These giants can tower up to 120 meters, that's 380 feet, straight into the sky. They are, quite literally, the largest living things on our planet. But here's the thing. Plants aren't just solitary wonders. Their real power, their true genius, lies in connection. You can think of them as the great weavers of our world, spinning all these intricate threads that connect every single living thing into that complex tapestry we call the web of life. And you really can't overstate their role here. The slide calls them primary producers, which is, the scientific way of saying that they create the energy that basically every other organism on land depends on. I'm talking everything from the tiniest little insect to the biggest mammal. It all comes back to them. They're the starting point for pretty much every single meal eaten on land. So how do they do all this? Well, they form all these crucial partnerships. They're master deal makers. They strike deals with insects, with birds, you name it, for pollination. They offer up some sweet nectar as payment, and in return, these critters carry their genetic code to other flowers. And then they'll wrap their seeds in this delicious fruit, basically bribing animals to carry them off and disperse them far and wide. And that's just what we see. Down in the soil, they form these unseen alliances, partnering up with fungi to soak up more nutrients, and with special bacteria on their roots to fix nitrogen right out of the air, turning it into a free, natural fertilizer. It's a world built entirely on cooperation. And all of this, it brings us to maybe the most intimate connection of all, the profound, ancient, and let's be honest, completely inseparable bond between the plant kingdom and us, humanity. They are, without a doubt, our oldest and deepest allies. I mean, just think about it. Our entire civilization is built on a foundation of plants. Take a look here. When it comes to food, you've got staples like rice, wheat, and potatoes that feed billions of people every day. How about medicine? Well, compounds from plants gave us everything from the aspirin in your cabinet to powerful drugs like morphine and lifesavers like quinine. Our world is literally built and clothed with stuff from plants. Timber, paper, cotton, you name it. And it goes way beyond just survival, right? They enrich our culture. They show up in our art, our myths, our gardens. They're these powerful symbols of beauty and life. So here we are, kind of ending where we began, but hopefully with a totally new perspective. Plants literally engineered this planet. They terraformed it, creating the very air and the conditions that allowed for our evolution. They built the world we live in, and they continue to sustain our lives every single day. So the really critical question we have to ask ourselves now is, after everything they've given us, what's it going to take for us to protect their world in return? I hope you enjoyed our episode, and see you in another video.